What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and today we're going to be talking about handling errors. But first of all, in the last video I did leave you with a little challenge, so I'm just going to go over that challenge really quick. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go over it, what I did to actually make it work. All right. So where we left off was actually having partials and the artwork, and that's it. I didn't even put a for loop in there. I didn't do anything. So what I did, let's go to the index. Right here was I just got artwork and just got the speaker service get all artwork and just passed that in as a data for our template. And I actually console log the artwork so that way you can see what's going on. As you can see, we're actually getting the whole JPEG file right here. So just take that, have that in mind. So let's go back to partials, artwork partials. And what I did was I got rid of all the images except for one and just did a for loop on that. So we got a for loop, right? Working for loop. And I have a key right here. Key is basically what index this artwork is in. So it's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I just use that right here. This was optional. You don't have to use it because previously it had artwork 0, artwork 1, artwork 2, you know. So what I just did was just say, hey, let's just throw in the key right here. So this also could be dynamic as well. And I did images / artwork, and then after artwork I just put in the artwork, and this is our for loop and it works. Okay, and what I did right here, this is for the index, and for speakers I did the exact same thing for the home page of speakers, which is going to be all artworks. And notice that all of them are going to have the same name: artworks. And the reason why is because when I pass in artworks here, we're using that artworks in this EJS template. So we needed that to be consistent throughout all routes. So in speakers, go back to speakers. That's why they're all the same. Anyways, down here, all I did was get artwork for speaker method and just passed in the actual params of the short name. So that way we could get that specific speakers artwork and just passed it in. That's basically it. It was super simple, guys. I hope you did it, or at least tried to. And this is the actual answer to that. So awesome. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. All right. Now for the main topic, let's talk about error handling. Okay. So we already learned in Express that in each middleware function can be, in each middleware function, we could either send a response which ends the request cycle or call the next middleware in the chain using next, like we did right here, return next, right? And we're going to just see how to handle errors inside of a route or inside of a middleware. Okay, so we're going to just create a new route. I'm going to say .get, and we're going to just call this one /error. And for right now, I'm going to say res and next. And what I'm going to do right here is I'm actually going to throw, just simulate an error. So I'm going to just throw new error. And I'm just say this is an error. Now this error could happen it could be a syntax problem, or when you try to do a database call, there's no data or something happens in the database where it just throws an error, right? So this could be any kind of error. It doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna control save this. Hope it's still running. Okay, it's running. So let's go back over here. I already have it up. Control R, reset, and let's go to /error. As you can see, we have an error. This is an error that that this is my error. This is an error. But the important thing here is that our application still works. If I go to localhost 4000, it's still working. Okay. Now let's go back to our code. Now notice that I'm doing this synchronously. Okay. This is a synchronous route. But basically, or almost always, we don't use synchronous at all with Node. We always use asynchronous because we're always grabbing some data or awaiting something. So we're always doing asynchronous. So let's actually try this using an asynchronous, and I misspelled next, I can't believe that. Let's try to do this using a asynchronous method. So I'm gonna just use that timeout so that we will do that asynchronously. Okay, and I'm gonna just do 500 milliseconds, and what I'm gonna do is just grab this, oops, and just paste it in here, paste. I'm getting an error because this is, okay. Now let's control save this. Now we should have that running. Let's go back over here and let's go to the /error. All right, notice that now it's actually hung up, okay? And we actually got an error, and now our local host is completely crashed. If you go back over here, or if we actually try to go to /localhost 4000, it's not going to happen, because if you go back over here, you're saying that app crashed. Our app actually crashed, and this is because we did this asynchronously when we got a new error. So how do we handle that? It's because, as we all know, we use, like I said, we always use asynchronous, or most of the time, I'm gonna say like 95% of the time, we're gonna do asynchronous methods or use asynchronous in our Node application. And if this happens, if we get an error using asynchronous, our app is going to crash, which is really, really bad. So how can we actually fix this? Well, one way to fix it is, instead of throwing a new error, we could actually say we're gonna return next. We're gonna call next, and we're gonna put that inside of this right here. Let me get this, put that in there, and we're not gonna throw, because we're not throwing. We're just gonna say new error. This is going to be new error. So if we control save this now, our port, we're listening at 4000. Let me refresh this, make sure it's working. It is. Let's go to /error. And notice that we actually get an error this time. But the most important thing is that our application is still working. Even though we got an error and a stack trace, let's go back over here, and our application is working. So next is a viable option. It's a legit option to actually use. There are other options, but let's face it, I don't want to include a module or library that would help us do this, because there's quite a few ways or patterns to do this. It's just, why not just use the built-in libraries that Express gives you to handle these kind of errors? And we're doing that right now by using next. Okay. Now this is for a route. Now let's say we're using a middleware right here, which grabs our right off the bat, it grabs our names from the speakers. All right, let me get rid of this. We're not using this no more. So let's actually go to the database, or the services for our database. Let's go to speak service. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get the get names, because this is we always use this. So let's go right here, and actually right here, let's throw an error. Let's throw a new error, And what we're going to say here is that this is going to be a async await error. And the reason I say this is because, let me go back over here, control save this. If I go to server, we are using async right here, async and await. Okay, so this is why I said, just to let you know, this is an async await error. Let's see what happens in this kind of scenario when you're using async and await. Okay, so let's go back to let's refresh the page, make sure everything is working. And as you can see, it's actually being hung up. Okay, and the reason why is because over here, let's go back over here, it's telling us that, hey, you have an unhandled promise reject warning. Basically, you didn't handle the promise the correct way, so we're gonna just throw an error and just crash your app, basically, right? So right now it's just in hang mode. It basically crashed because if we go back, we refresh the page, it's never going to work right. It's always going to hang in this one spot because we're using a middleware that's being called every single time. So how do we, fix this case where we're using an async await, but we get an error from the database and now it's hung up because it's not giving me anything? How do we actually fix this? Well, since there's actually a few ways. If you're using promises, you could actually use the .catch, but we're not using promises here. We're actually using async and await. So what we need to do, since async await doesn't really have a .catch method or something to catch, we need to use the TryCatch block. And I already did this. Already did it in like a few videos back without even realizing. But let's do a TryCatch block. And what we want to do is grab this, try to do this. If something fails, obviously it's going to fail because we still have that error. We're going to grab an error back. And what we want to do with the error is return next with that error. So that way Express knows that at least we're going to go to the next. We're going to go to the next, whatever's next, whatever middleware is next or whatever route is next. Let's just go there and just throw out the error so that way they know about it. All right, so if we do it this way, notice that we still have that throw new error right here. Let's go back over here. It's not working. Let's see what's going on. Oh, this is supposed to be parentheses and not. My bad, guys. So let's control save this right now. Okay, here we go. As you can see, we already have the error, but let's just go check over here. We actually grab the error. We have the error, async await error. But the thing is, if we actually, well, it's never going to work, right? Because this is actually a middleware where it's using across the application. But our app does not crash. We could still use our app, even though it's pretty garbage at the way we're using it, because we're always going to get this no matter where we go. So if you go to /speakers, we're going to grab that as well. But it still works. It still works. So the thing to note here is that, let me get rid of this now. Control save. And let's go over here and make sure it's working. Let's go to localhost. And it's working. Okay. The thing to note here is that try to use TryCatch blocks when you're using async await, okay? In your routes and middleware, just like we did right here. If you're using promise, then use .catch, so that way your app does not crash. That's the most important thing. You do not want your app to crash. You don't want your clients to be, running around with their heads cut off. You just don't want that. You don't want that. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said running around heads cut off. I have no idea. You just don't want your clients to have a website that is absolutely down for every user just because there was an error. An error that you could have just fixed with catch or the next. Okay, so we're gonna actually do that for all of our routes. So inside of our index, as you can see, we have a await right here. So what I want to do, let me actually, because we're gonna be using this, copy. So what I'm gonna do is do a TryCatch block. We're gonna try to do something, and then if it does not work, we're gonna catch it. Damn it! And I copy, paste. There we go. We're gonna just grab this right here and then paste that in there, just like that. So now this is going to give us not give us a good thing, but our app is not going to crash if there is an error coming at us. Okay, so let's do the speakers now, and we're gonna do this for everything. I'm sorry if there's noise in the background. Super sorry about that. Let's try to do something here. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna just copy this, paste it. I'm gonna do is copy this and paste over here so that we have it, and inside feedback as well. All right, in feedback, we just grab this, exit. Right here, paste that in. Here we go, and it's kind of confusing once you have it like that. Okay, that one's working. Let's go back speakers. Let me grab this, cut that out, and then paste it in here. And then same thing down here. And notice that, like I said, notice that I'm doing it on everything that has a weight. Now, as I said, again, if you're using promise, you could just do a .catch, which is fine. That's going to work either way. But since, like I keep on repeating myself, since async and await doesn't have a cache method or something that does related to that, we do need to do a TryCatch block. All right, now that we have this, let's try to create, well, let's not try it. We're going to create an error page and then populate the error page with some data, okay?
And this is completely optional, guys. The reason why I want to do it is because if we I don't have that thing no more. If we have an error, if we have an error, as you saw in the front end, it's not very pleasant to look at. It's not it when a user that doesn't know anything about how websites work, if they see that, they're gonna be like, well, the app just crashed or the website just crashed, right? We don't want that. We actually want to spit out a correct error. So what we're going to do is create an error page, and you don't have to do it. You could leave it as like that, the way if you wanted to. If you wanted to, what? I don't know. So I'm gonna create a new file. I'm gonna just call it error.ejs. No, EJS. And in here we are going to have, I'm gonna just do an HTML. Wait, can I? HTML, and I think I could just, yes. All right, awesome. And this is going to be the error page. Yeah, error page. And what we're going to have here is, I'm just say an H1. This is your fault. I'm gonna blame the client for this, or the user that's actually using it for the error that just occurred, because we never want to accept any fault of errors that we do. So I'm gonna just say this is your fault, exclamation, just so that way they could really feel it. All right, so if you do, now that we have that in our server, this is where we're going to create some middleware that will handle those errors for us. Now, let me actually show you what I'm talking about. So if I go to /hello, oops, I didn't even do /hello, it's going to say cannot get /hello, which is, yes, it is an error, and this is a 404 error. This is not found. If we actually take a look, inspect, let's go to network and refresh the page one more time, you'll see that it's a 404 not found. This is correct, but this error doesn't, it is not a good looking error. At least we want something better, so that way we can actually figure out, or give us something that tells us a little bit more. Basically, we're going to be creating our own errors, so that way it'll say something else and not just say cannot get 404 or cannot get hello. Okay, so there is a module that I do want to install, and it's a pretty common module. Okay, and it's actually called HTTP-errors. So npm -i-save, and it's called HTTP-errors. And I'm gonna spell that. Errors. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to just include it right here. So const create error is going to equal require HTTP-errors. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to use a middleware. This middleware will cache that 404 for us, and take notice that it does matter. This time it does matter where you actually put your middlewares at. It's going to run synchronously. So this is going to run first, and then this one, and then this one, and then whatever one. So if I actually put a middleware up here that would, I don't know, throw out a create error for everything, then that would actually run first, and we will get errors all the time since that's running first. What I want to do is apply that middleware at the very end, so that way it runs last. Oops. And it's just a simple middleware where it's going to be rec res and our next. Okay. Now right here we're going to return a new, or return next, with a create error. Did I create error? Yeah, create error. That's good. And then what I'm gonna do is, what error are we creating it for? Well, we're gonna create it for the 404, and we're gonna just say file not found. Control save this, and let's make sure this is running. Okay, it is. So let's go back over here, and if I refresh the page now, I do get an error, but at least our error has a not found error, file not found, and it does give us a stack trace of what's happening. So that way we get a little bit more details about what's going on. But that's not the real thing that we want to do. We want to actually handle that error with the proper template, all right? And Express actually uses or gives us a way to do that with another middleware. You're like, this is tons of middlewares. Well, middlewares are actually very helpful when it comes to Express. So we're going to be using an Express use middleware that it gives us specifically for handling errors. And this one actually takes in 4 arguments. The first one being the error. Oh, I do need to do another one. So the first one being an error, and then the staple rec res, and then next. And here we're going to actually start putting in or render out our template. But first we do need to get some stuff so that way we have it in throughout all the responses. So res.locals.message. We're going to just set that equal to the error.message. And then we're going to set res.locals.status. And we're going to set that equal to the we're going to set that equal to error.status. Or if it doesn't give us the status is like the 404 or 401 or whatever. If it doesn't give us a status, we're going to just say 500, which it's what is it? Internal server error. And I'm going to just grab this. I just noticed that we are going to be using it. So what I'm going to do is say const status. And we're going to set that equal to this and just set this equal to this status. Oops. Status. Oh, and by the way, I don't think I told you this. The reason why we're doing it locals message is that so that way we could have it globally. So that way we could just reference it over here without passing it in. And that's why we're doing it like this. But yeah, I mean, you could pass it in as data if you wanted to, but if you're using it in another template, you could just do it locally or get those variables globally. Sorry. And then we're gonna actually set the status of our response to the status that status. And then finally we're gonna choose res.render. And we're going to render the error page. Just like that. So control save this now. Okay, 404/hello now. We should get this is your fault, which is correct. This is the actual template that we got, which is cool. Now let's actually make that page a little bit dynamic. So let's go to errors.ejs, and over here I'm gonna just create a p tag, and I'm gonna inject the status and pipe, and then what was the other one? Message. Control save. Let's go back to the page, refresh, and there we go. We got a 404 file not found. Now, the reason for all this, creating our own what's it called, errors, is because first of all, we do want to put it out like this and not show the stack trace. I mean, you can show it if you want to, but that stack trace may have valuable data that hackers could use and to get around your system and try to break in, which we don't want. If you do want that data, what you could do is go in here and just console.log and then the actual error. So control save. Let's go back over here, refresh. As you can see, we still don't get that, but if you go back over here, you can see that we do get the stack trace of what's happening. Now, just to let you know that this actually works, let's go to index.js and just throw or return next. New error, and I'm just say some error. Control save. So now if we refresh this, we should still get the 404 because technically this is a page not found.
And let's just go to the index for right now. And there we go. We get the 500 and then some error. Okay, which is pretty cool as well. We also get that dynamically in there as well. But that's it for this video, guys. Oh, by the way, guys, make sure to add that next right here. I forgot to add them in all the routes. Make sure to have that next since we're using it down here. Okay, so next and next, and also in our feedback next. All right, anyways, that was it for this video, guys. I just wanted you to know about errors or how to handle errors in an Express application. And we just handled our errors I would say pretty good. This is like I said, there's quite a few ways to handle errors, but for me, I like this way where you don't add that many libraries or modules into this. So guys, thank you for spending your time watching my videos. It does mean a lot to me. I really do appreciate that. And also for that, I do hope that you actually learn something. So if you learn something and you appreciate the videos that I make for you guys, please hit that like button and subscribe and comment down below on what do you think about the series so far, or if you want to learn something else, or during this series, like say something you want to learn something within the Express, or I could probably do a sub little side series of that or whatever. But yeah, guys, thank you guys. Really, I'm almost reaching 1,100 subscribers. I know it's not a milestone, but hey, it's something. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, by the way, the next video is going to be about handling form data. So yes, we are going to be working on the feedback page. Just look forward to that. Thank you guys, and I will see you next page. Bye. Next video. Bye.